Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Christy Hammer, principal at Cactus High School. We would like to welcome you to the 40th commencement ceremony of Cactus High School for the class of 2019. Will you please rise in honor of our graduates as they enter the stadium and remain standing for the presentation of colors by our Air Force Junior ROTC cadets and the National Anthem performed by Naya Voce.
stripes and bright stars, through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red bombs bursting in gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, ROTC and Naya Voce. Before we begin this evening's events, there are seniors sitting here before us tonight who have lost a mother, a father, aunt, uncle, grandparents, or a brother or sister. I would like to take a moment of silence to remember those loved ones who greatly impacted the lives of these students who are not here with us this evening. You may be seated. I would now like to introduce our student body president, Vincent Nguyen.
Good evening, class of 2019, parents, families, and administration. The feelings and thoughts you might be experiencing right now are probably indescribable, but look where you're sitting at right now. Today is the day we have all been talking about, where we turn the page to the next chapter of our lives. We have moved from childhood into adulthood in a blink of an eye. Being at Cactus High School gave me the opportunity to connect and create friends for a lifetime. Remember that you are not alone, even when you feel lonely. There is someone out there that wants to hear your story and help you with your problems. Find a sounding board, someone who you can talk to, flesh out ideas, and work through your personal concerns. Do not try to go through this world alone, because you can only carry so much as a human being. I met amazing teachers and staff members who have given me a handful of advice to better myself. I have learned that I'm never truly alone. We are a family here. Your peers, your teachers, and staff at Cactus are your extended Ohana. This graduating class of 2019 is filled with outstanding and remarkable students who shall impact the future. These 4 years of attending Cactus were not a walk in the park. Every student here has had their ups and downs. But what is a fun roller coaster if you're just going straight? In order to appreciate the ups, we must first experience the downs. Things might not always go as planned, but this class is adaptable. I mean, we survive those late night study sessions, arriving to school on time, and for some, even cooties. Now that we've all made it here, dressed up, and with these accomplishments and rewards that represent all the hard work and commitment to greatness, never lose sight of what you got to this moment. Class of 2019, we are all headed for the future, and only we can determine how bright it will be. Each and every one of us has the potential to impact the world, in some way, shape, or form. The world around us is getting smaller and smaller, so we must be careful in how we care for one another, because how we impact others is ultimately how we impact ourselves. Once we leave this stadium, in 15 years, you will look different. You will act different. But fellow Cobras, strive to be the best version of different in this world. Live your life freely in the pursuit of happiness, because in the words of Maya Angelou, life is not measured by the number of breaths we take, but by the moments that take our breath away. Before I close, I want you to humor me for a minute. If you would close your eyes. No, really. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. I want you to think about what you want to be remembered for in the time that you've been alive. Do you want to be the talk at all the family functions? Have a plaque that honored your achievement? Be remembered for something that changes the energy in the room? You may open your eyes now. Whatever you imagined, you have the power to achieve it. Make it last, Cobras. It's been an honor serving as your president for 4 years, and I wish you all luck. Shout out to my mom and dad. Love you guys. JK, I'm not done yet. And now, I'd like to introduce Maggie Gibbs, who is our valedictorian.
Okay. As our 4 years at Cactus come to a close, I remember the phrase, carpe diem. And how could I not? It is forever ingrained in my head. Our amazing teachers, administration, and staff helped us understand the meaning of this phrase. Seize the day. Pay attention to the little moments, and give those little moments everything we have, because soon they will only be memories. And some memories stay with us forever, while others will be forgotten. I would like to go back to my 8th grade year, where my principal, Mr. Dogood, told us a story. This story stuck with me my entire high school career and has helped shape me into the person I am today. And I would now like to share it with you. Once upon a time, there was an elderly carpenter who was due to retire. He told his employer of his plans to leave the business and start a life of leisure with his wife and extended family. Obviously, he would miss the money, but the time was right and he was ready to hang up his hammer. The carpenter's boss was disappointed, as the carpenter had been a loyal and diligent worker for many years, so he was sad to see him go. He asked for one last favor, requesting that he build one more house. The tradesman agreed, but it was soon clear his heart wasn't in it. He used inferior materials, took shortcuts, and put in a half-hearted effort. In the end, the final product was well short of his usual standards, a disappointing way to end his career. When the job was finished, the employer came to inspect the work. After taking a look around, he handed the keys to the carpenter and said, "This is your house, my gift to you." The carpenter was shocked and embarrassed. If only he had known, he would have made sure that everything was perfect. If he had known the consequences, he would have demanded excellence from himself. We're not that different from the carpenter. We are sitting in our graduation caps and gowns. 4 years of hard work is done, and we should be proud of that and all we have accomplished. But I think if we are all honest with ourselves, we can admit we too share the attitude of the carpenter at times. The repetition of day-to-day life isn't always exciting, but if we can appreciate the little moments and demand excellence from ourselves in everything we do, we can avoid the fate of the carpenter. You don't have to be a genius to be successful in life. It's the effort you put into something that determines how successful you are. You can't pick and choose when to give it your all and when to slack off. You often only get one chance in life, so you may as well give every moment your best. Seize the day. You don't want to be like the carpenter, thinking, if only I'd done something different, or if only I tried harder. When you seize the day, when you live every moment to the fullest, you avoid regret. What I hope for this graduating class is with each choice you make, you put your best foot forward. You all deserve the satisfaction and success this effort will bring. We cannot be like the carpenter. We must strive to be better versions of ourselves every day. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm scared. Here I am preaching to you about seizing the day, yet I already feel regret for not living in the moments that had an unexplainable effect on me. The feeling of long, hot runs along the canal with my team, who always made it even harder to breathe from laughing. The feeling of putting everything I have into a race and not receiving the outcome I wanted, but knowing that there was a huge support system waiting for me at the finish line to pick up my pieces. The feeling of complete bliss while dancing and tiring myself out before an important race and ultimately being scolded by my coach. Sorry, Naval. The feeling of unconditional love and friendship every day during Stuco and third hour as we stressed about how we were going to finish our deco. And finally, the feeling of complete comfort while walking the halls in Cactus every day. I'm scared to miss these feelings, but I move forward with confidence because my years at Cactus have given me a strong foundation and memories of the little moments that may seem insignificant but will forever matter. And I think we should all take a moment to give the well-deserved props to our amazing parents, teachers, teammates, coaches, family, and friends who brought all of us to this moment. Take it all in, everybody. Because our 4 years at Cactus were a blessing that made our bright futures inevitable. And I hope we carry these high school experiences into our futures and embrace our full potentials every day. I hope we seize the opportunities that come our way. So for those of us who don't think we are ready for the world, don't worry. With our accomplishments and our potential, I can guarantee the world is not ready for us. Thank you. And now, Naya Voce, featuring our senior choir members, will be performing For Good from the musical Wicked.
Never meet again in this lifetime.
Next, I would like to introduce Ovi Grigorioshitsa, our salutatorian. Yes, I had to practice that 12 times.
Good evening. Yeah, my name is Ovi Grigorioshitsa, and I would like to thank all of you for coming today. It is truly amazing that we can finally celebrate our hard work over these last 4 years. Some of us may be very excited about this day, and some may be dreading it, even fearing it. But in the times to come, all of us will be headed in different directions. However, I hope that everyone moves in one general direction: forward. As we go out into the world, obstacles and problems will inevitably come, but it is our duty to overcome them. It is our duty to keep going and get back up when we have fallen. Oftentimes, in spite of setback and sometimes tragedy, we forget that every day on this earth is nothing but a blessing. As we live our daily routine of going to school and plunging ourselves into stress and work, we give up opportunities that truly bring us happiness and valuable experiences. The days fly by, and after a while, we realize that we could have done more. We could have been more. That's why I ask that everyone makes the most of every single day of their lives. If today you have the chance to do something great, do it today. Don't give up any opportunities to laugh, to cry, to grow, and make a difference. But abandon the things that will leave you with regret in the end. Be the best at what you do, no matter what that may be. Do good if you can do it. Help your friend when he needs it. Love your neighbor as you love yourself, and never stop fighting to become a better person. Seize the day, every day. Give yourself these instructions today, tomorrow, the day after, and the day after that. Because the truth is, tomorrow isn't guaranteed for a single soul in this room. Abraham Lincoln once said, "In the end, it's not the years in your life that count. It's the life in your years." I say, let's make our years count. Better yet, let's make every single moment count. Let's dream big, set high goals, and take risks. Let's help those in need, thank those that have helped us, and encourage those who are hurt. Let's live life the right way, because it'll be over in the blink of an eye. Again, thank you all for being here, and may God bless you all. Now I would like to introduce Senior Class Secretary and Treasurer, Jonathan Babajonov.
The class of 2019 would like to continue the tradition of greatness in our assemblies by purchasing lights, an entertainment system, spark and snow machines, and a logoed shape feature to the class of 2020.
Thank you, John, and thank you, class of 2019. On behalf of the student body of Cactus High School, I am grateful to accept your gifts. You are leaving Cactus a better place. Congratulations and thank you. Now, I would like to introduce the Cactus High School Band performing At Morning's First Light by David R. Gillingham.
I would now like to welcome to the stage Cory Wilson.
As I stood there in the darkness, surrounded by 200 kids, wearing neon clothes, waving their flashlights, and screaming at the very top of their lungs, I was reminded why Cactus is so special. As 8th graders walking onto this campus, my fellow classmates and I heard all about how here at Cactus, everyone is one giant family. From future freshman night to our very first class meeting, the faculty, staff, and even upperclassmen told us all about how we are more than just students and staff. We are a part of something bigger than ourselves. To someone who has never stepped foot on our campus, this probably seems extremely cliche. Yet to the students that roam our halls, this is our reality. Going to class for the past 4 years has taught me and my fellow students a lot about what family truly means. And I learned that the quadratic formula is negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. I think. Thank you for that, Ms. Jones. In all honesty, coming to Cactus taught me that family extends way beyond blood relatives. I know that I can speak for most of us here when I say that I found some of my forever friends here at Cactus. These are the people that are there to lift you up when you fall. In my opinion, it starts with our amazing teachers and staff that day after day give their all to Cactus and to us, the student body. This tireless effort has had a huge impact on me, my fellow students, and even our community members. For that, I'd like to say thank you to our teachers and staff. I could stand here all night and list off multiple examples of how Cactus takes the meaning of family and turns it into real ohana. But there's few specific moments that stand out from the past 4 years that I'd like to share with you today. From our out-of-this-world homecoming assembly our freshman year, the Disney-themed dance concert sophomore year, and all the basketball and robotics competitions, the very best thing about Cactus is that no matter the activity you choose, you have a crowd of people waiting to support you. Never before have I seen something as amazing as watching 1,500 students and their families, along with alumni and staff, come together to be a part of Team Snyder and rally around our amazing Miss Snyder in a time of need. When I arrived here at Cactus, I was a very shy and reserved freshman. And with the help of student council, I've become the outgoing senior that I am today. The amazing kids in student council have helped me to become the best leader and friend that I can be. And for that, I'm forever grateful. I can remember that night standing in the pitch black football stadium with my forever friends, screaming our lungs out and singing "Party in the USA." And it was then that it hit me. I fully understood the real meaning of ohana. Well, class of 2019, in the wise words of Harry Potter, let's finish this the way we started it, together. Thank you. It is now my privilege to introduce to you our principal, Mrs. Hammer.
This evening, we are privileged to have with us as distinguished guests, Peoria Unified School District Governing Board President, Mrs. Monica Ceja Martinez. Governing Board Member, Mr. David Sandoval. Our Superintendent, Mrs. Linda Pallas Thompson. Deputy Superintendent, Mr. Steve Savoy. Executive Director of Secondary Education, Mrs. Christine Lopez Lira. And dedicating 33 years to Cactus High School, our very own Mrs. Julie Binneker, who has left her imprint who has left her imprint on the lives of countless staff and students. Tonight, we would like to honor her with the Legacy Award. Let's give her another round of applause. Please welcome to the podium Peoria Unified School District Governing Board President, Mrs. Monica Ceja Martinez.
Good evening, class of 2019. You are the last graduating class of this school year, and I look at all of you and I am so grateful, and I show up every day because you are the people who make the impossible possible. You also understand and honor tradition, and you know when to challenge the status quo, or just because we've been doing things that way, it's not going to work. When you leave here today, I want you to remember 3 things. Be grateful. And as you have recognized one of your leaders on the school campus, I know that is part and who you are. But there are many people sitting in our audience here to honor you today. And I wanted to take a moment to say thank you, Mom, Dad, Guardian. Please join me and say thank you. Now, family members, guardians, neighbors, I have some news for you as well. I live about 2 blocks away from my parents, and my mom shows up at least once a week to clean my kitchen, to help me out. We never leave. And to add to that, she sends me a picture with the video coupling that so that I never forget. Yes, I'm grateful, but remember, be grateful for those who help you do and go on your journey. The second thing I want you to remember is be authentic. I am the first generation Mexican American, a graduate of Peoria Unified School District, and I show up with pride. So your stories matter, and you deserve to be where you are at that particular moment. Speak your truth. And the last piece, be brave. Have courage to step into the arena, cast your vote, speak your mind, stand up, be proud, smile because you've earned it. You have a wonderful support system. Congratulations, class of 2019.
Gosh, I really hope your mom comes clean my kitchen. At this time, I take great pride in recognizing outstanding scholarship among members of the the Cactus High School class of 2019. One of the highest academic and personal honors is to be selected into membership in the National Honor Society. Tonight, our graduating students of this prestigious organization are wearing white sashes to indicate their induction into the National Honor Society. Will the members of the National Honor Society please stand? You should quickly wave to your parents. There you go. Thank you. You may be seated. Those students who have attained standing in the top 10% of their class are designated with graduating with honors. Their achievement is indicated in your programs this evening, and they are wearing gold tassels on their mortarboards. Would those students graduating with honors please stand? Thank you. You may be seated. To graduate from Cactus with high honors means a student has achieved academic standing in the top 5% of the class. I take great pride in acknowledging the high honors graduates at this time who are wearing a double gold cord. Sorry. I thought there was going to be more you're going to be wearing. Would those students graduate with high honors, please stand. You may be seated. Highest honors graduates are those students who have attained standing in the top 1% of their class. These students are wearing both a double gold cord and a gold tassel. Please join me in recognizing Maggie Gibbs, Ovi Grigorgioshica, and Jonathan Babazanov. You may be seated. Ovi, I hope that's the last time I have to pronounce your name. Cactus is about getting involved and being a part of the family. If you were involved in a club, activity, or sport, please stand and remain standing so we can honor you. Thank you. You may be seated. This year, the class has earned just under $4 million in scholarship monies. Quite a feat for a class of only 260 students. Would all those students who received an academic or athletic scholarship please stand and be recognized? Thank you. You may be seated. Each one of you entered Cactus with your own story, some full of great joy, others with uncertainty, and some of you with despair. No matter where your story started with us, our goal while you were at Cactus was to help you fill your pages with words of affirmation, to build your confidence, heal your brokenness, and help you recognize your value. I believe that when you know your worth, you will never settle for second best, allow someone to treat you less, or make decisions that will compromise your character. I love the analogy Maggie made of the carpenter who didn't put forth his best effort, decided to cut corners, and overall did shoddy workmanship, only to find out that he was building his own home. As you embark on this next journey of your life, I want you to realize that although this chapter is coming to a close, your story is really just beginning. The pages are yet unwritten, and you are building your home. The effort you put in will determine whether your story will be one of great triumph or tragedy. Your decisions determine the course of the next chapter. So before you leave, one last time, let me remind you of a few principles I hope you will carry forward to the next generation. For the past 4 years, you have heard two mantras repeated over and over. The concept of ohana, that here we are a family where everyone belongs and no one gets left behind. And the fact that I expect you to leave this world a better place than you found it. As you get ready to step onto the world's stage, I want to ensure that you know how these principles translate into the next phase of your life. Your ohana will get larger as people enter your life through work and school, who will need your help to make them feel loved, accepted, valued, and important. You determine whether the environment around you and your ohana will be positive or negative. by your attitude, who you choose to surround yourself with, and how you respond to situations that arise in your life. Second, I expect you to change the world around you. I want you to realize that your career does not define you. Your paycheck does not define you. Your possessions do not define you. Because it's not how much you get in life, it's how much you give. It's not how much you take, but how much you invest in the lives of others. Take, for example, NBA basketball player Dwyane Wade. He is touted as one of the best, but although he is praised for his skills on the court, it is his choices off the court that bring him his most valued accolades. Take a look.
Hello.
Hi, Dwyane. Hello.
Hello. How you doing, brother?
Pretty good, and yourself? It's been about 12 years since I last seen you. I come from an area where not too many people make it.
It was always my dream that I'd get the chance to go to college, but we just didn't have the money.
You mean so much to us, and my brother Joaquin loved you from the beginning. He passed away in Parkland on February 14th. He was one of the 17 victims.
10 days before Christmas, our house burned down and we lost everything. It was one of the lowest points in my life.
Hey, Dwyane.
How you doing, Mom?
You were the joy of my life, but I was dropping the ball. That day that I just couldn't do it no more was the day that I was gonna have to turn myself in. And I seen the tears just fall from your eyes. Your mama went down a road, Dwyane, that I didn't ever think I'd come back from. But on that road, I noticed you kept showing up, and you'll come and see about me. And Dwyane, because you believe in me. When I got out of prison, I was a different woman.
We received a phone call. Would you mind if Dwyane Wade take you and the family on a shopping spree? It just meant the world to me that you were there for us at this time.
Thank you.
You became our hero.
A lot of the words that you said hit a spark and kind of changed where I was going.
Without you and your full tuition scholarship, none of this would have been possible.
You're not Wade, the basketball player, the legend. You're the human being that took the time and on his own wrote my brother's name on his shoe, and you cared.
When you bought your mama that church, you don't even understand the lives that you changed. So I don't have a jersey, but I brought you this.
I don't have a jersey to trade with you, but I definitely have this, the blazer that I wore to my first job interview.
My cap and gown from graduation.
This is important because Joaquin wore this in his last championship. My family wanted you to have it.
Please don't forget my brother, Joaquin. Having you as a role model has made all the difference.
One of the special robes that you gave me, purple symbolized royalty, and you are royal in everybody's life that you've touched.
You completely changed the course of my life.
I know my brother is with you always.
It wouldn't have been possible to be here if it wasn't for you.
I am more proud of the man you have become than the basketball player. You are bigger than basketball.
Why did I choose Dwyane Wade? Because his story started with tragedy. but he chose to rewrite it into something beautiful. Because he chose his ohana carefully and surrounded himself with those who would push him to be his best. Because he lives his life to impact others, for he knows that in the words of his mother, he is bigger than basketball. He never lets his accolades make him proud. He never forgets to help those around him, and he never lets his paycheck define him, as he understands it is more noble to give than to receive. He spends his life giving to those he knows and those who are complete strangers. So what do I expect of you, class of 2019? That no matter where your story leads, that you never forget where you came from, who your ohana is, that you are valued beyond measure, and that your purpose in life is to leave this world a better place than you found it, one life at a time. I love you all. Thank you. Now, the moment you have all been waiting for. On behalf of the faculty, staff, and administration, it is with honor and pride that I, as principal of Cactus High School, certify that each of these students has met the requirements for graduation as set forth by the state of Arizona and the Peoria Unified School District. I present this class to Mrs. Monica Ceja Martinez, President of the Peoria Unified School Governing Board. Mrs. Ceja Martinez, I respectfully request that you accept these graduates and that you confer diplomas upon them.
On behalf of the Governing Board of the Peoria Unified School District and by the authority vested in me by the state of Arizona, I accept the recommendation that the Cactus High School class of 2019 has met the requirements for graduation. Ms. Hammer, please present the graduates to receive their diplomas.
Seniors, please prepare to receive your diplomas. With those seated in row 1, please come forward.
Elisa Christine Wilson.
Jeremiah Daniel Haskins.
Ola Alnoman.
Lily Nicole Angulo.
Elizabeth Joy Adams.
Megan Marie Douglas.
Emma Claire Hemstreet.
Emily Ann Denslow.
Juliet Rebecca Feigl.
Aisha Elaine Morgan.
Sage Ryan Harland.
Diamond Sandra Dieter.
Hunter James Nottingham.
Brian Omar Aguilar.
Caitlin Marie Ratke.
Luke Harvey Steffen.
Zachary Craig White.
Ashley Faith Begay.
Caitlin Rose Ohms.
Connor James Wilson.
Kylie McKenna Goodman.
Andrew Tyler Lockwood.
Samantha Paige Ware.
Andrew John Mao.
Manuel de Jesus Galindo.
Marlon William Moore.
Nathan Alexander Edwards.
Caleb Michael Stuffelbeam.
Adriana Lee Frison.
Sailor Marie Fleming.
Jack Elias Hale.
Easton Kyler Nickerson.
Abigail Dominguez.
Claudia Deanna Wilcox.
Evan Paul Dowling.
Cory Noah Wilson.
Vincent Verin Nguyen.
Jonathan Babajanov.
Ovidio Gabriel Grigorosita.
Mary Margaret Gibbs.
Caitlin Faith Hochstetler.
Claire Elizabeth Holmes.
Jacob Andrew Robbins.
Bailey Ann Winchester.
Donovan Lane Sears.
Nicholas David Riskowski.
Kevin Gregory Minor.
Alexandra Catherine Rose Holgi.
Jose Andres Castrejon.
Samantha Namaka Ilani Madsen.
Damian Alexander Short.
Natalie Kate Warnica.
Trevor Richard Andrus.
Sean Douglas Burwell.
Bryce Schulte.
Brianna Jean Wiltbank.
Cameron Bailey Gilbert.
Grenda Caruso.
Daniel Joseph Casabuena Davis.
Jenna Renee Mooningham.
Aaron James Bristow.
Zoe Iris Mooningham.
Thomas Andrew Loper.
Caleb Mark Ellis.
Alina Marie Torres.
Jessa Michelle Steifer.
Joseph Michael Chavez.
Christopher Sims Parker.
Michaela Arabella Ferris.
Tanner James Bunch.
Isabella Evelyn Andrews.
Carrie Lynn Biedenbender.
Armando Andrade Berumen.
Carson Hendricks Gams.
Victoria Andrade Renteria.
David Reynosa Dubois.
Tanner Stephen Goodland Brown.
Lauren Grace Carlson.
Alejandro Aguirre.
Allison Leah Umberger.
Hunter David Ray.
Kaya Danielle Schaefer.
Bushra Abu Darwish.
Noah Aaron Johnson.
Nicholas Hayden Becker.
Alexis Ray Nichols.
Austin Cole Eddy.
Courtney Alexis Porras.
Jaime Chavez Cruz.
Christopher Brian Cardenas.
Connor Stephen Wright.
Nicole Moreno.
Leslie Hasayana Godinez Gutierrez.
Tanner Hayden King.
Alexia Karina Lopez Sands.
Haley Jean Rivera.
Yvonne Alicia Armendariz.
Lawrence Manuel Chavez.
Emily Janet Gilbreth.
Michaela Danae Brown.
Christian Andres Fajardo Olsen.
Matthew Brian Boucher.
Christopher Jan Gilliland.
Anthony Stephen Grover.
Antonio Ramon Jose Aragon.
Leslie Pena.
Kaylee Paige Wilson.
Destiny Marie Trevino.
Kylie Michelle Kirkpatrick.
Guadalupe Lugo.
Kenneth William Ross.
Eden May Wright.
Adrian Gregoras.
Matthew Brian Lee Griswold.
Devin Orion Gumina.
Ryona Lynn Jacobson.
Mackenzie Elizabeth Grohl.
Adam Miles Rivera.
Amber Romaine Allery Gilbert.
Casey Mitchell Sampson.
Dylan J. McDonald.
Sierra Marie Butler.
Kobe Aaron Lexo.
Randy Knock Pham.
Caitlin May Downard.
Crystal Lillian Kerstetter.
Logan Charles Gibson.
Ryan Dean Holder.
Sarah Marie Sinanovic.
Cheyenne Braxton Watson.
Jacob Andrew Melton.
Gilbert Nathan Morphine.
Renee Leah Hidicus.
Ashley Jaleesa Morales Chavez.
Hannah Elizabeth Kreckman.
Chase Allen Asbell.
Osama Mutaz Jamil.
Savannah Ray Smith.
Stephen Matthew J.R. Fedor.
Evan Scott Johnson.
Savannah Morgan Nasinovich.
Morgan Emily Harden.
Anthony Michael Barriga.
Jessica Alaya Mejila.
Dylan Curtis Landry.
Eric Elijah Myers.
Valentin Vadidomich Costal.
Amos Paul Hodges IV.
Ariana Tyree Melvin.
Elizabeth Bustamante.
Abel John Nathaniel Narens.
Eric Andrew James Rick.
Tyler John Mercurio.
Robert L. Lipsy III.
Androya Bigyani.
Andrew Ray Romero.
Devin Abriana Marquez.
Kirsten Miranda Pugh.
Jose Carlos Rosas II.
Lindsay Marie Wetzel.
Dustin Allen Servant.
Kylie Ann Nielsen.
Hunter Colton Atchley.
Joseph Michael Sims.
Nathan Walter Dragowitz.
Colin Warren Jensen.
Jasmine Elaine Houghton.
Kelsey Rose Letieri.
Finn Reinhard.
Shelby Noel Jeffries.
Brittany Montserrat Hernandez Martinez.
Garrett Allen Monroe.
Diana Dawn Arcos.
Daniel Austin Neely.
Yazid Ayman Ayub.
Danielle Elizabeth O'Donnell.
Kylie Michelle Redondo.
Nicholas William Edens.
Kevin Castañeda Virgen.
Alora Grace Salter.
Angelina Eve Becerra.
James William Espinoza.
Miles Jordan Unelli.
Luna Crystal Fernandez.
Luis Hail Yather.
Christopher Stephen Woody.
Janessa Briones.
Tyson Randolph Lee.
Chase Tinlin.
Faith Lee Jamerson.
Sable Elizabeth Ann Burgett.
Alexander James Linares.
Raquel Garduño.
Elisha Noah Lowe.
Sandra Maria Arcos.
Haley Noel Young.
Jalisa Yasmin Clark.
Alexis Ray Doyle.
Maya Raquel Theus.
Riley Grace Musgrave.
Weston McGee Retcher.
Dylan Turner Hollingsworth.
Sean Jörg Schlicka.
Michelle Lynn Beeler.
Raymond Daniel Vehar.
April May Barriga.
Mallory Ann Holbein.
Kurt Edwin Ford.
Jordan River Olasarba.
Lennon Renee Wunderlich.
Jonathan Michael Armando Castoreña.
Paige Diana Downey.
Jordan Wilhelm Steiner.
Hannah Arcelia Montano Miller.
Darlena Gwen Gwyn.
Karen Michelle Whitney.
Brittany Elizabeth Hennig.
Jolene May Mayer.
Alexander Riley Williams.
Cheyenne Nicole Beeler.
Reggie Killish.
Jackson Anthony Bianco.
Nicholas Damon Meineke.
Hannah Arlene Jerd.
Salem Marie Bell.
Christopher Dale Kramer.
Jacob Michael Barrett.
Plaus Johnson.
Lavania Tayana Morris.
Hannah Michelle Brandon.
Abigail Lynn Hodges.
Tiana Marie Thompson.
Javon Rashad Ransom.
Adia May Vogt.
Alexa Precious Nombrano.
Tatum Dawn Stokes.
Paula Lee Smith.
Kylie Eileen Beeler.
Paola Judith Olivas Ortiz.
Kevin Scott Underwood Jr.
Marco Antonio Mondragon Gonzalez.
Zachary Joseph Collip.
Justice Andrew Karen Smith.
Bryce Robert Crawford.
Raheem Shah Khan.
Isabella Rose Hernandez.
Todd Tong Kajorn Kittypoom.
Jillian Alyssa Mills.
Devon Rome Whalen.
Ryan Charles Brockhurst.
Trey Philip Lee.
Caleb Josiah Brown.
Elizabeth Jasmine Milostan.
Conrad Eugene Cuthbertson.
Isabel Lara Vargas.
Taylor Marie Corbin.
Hannah Neve Higdon.
Bryce Jamison Dabbs.
Hunter Allen Lefebvre.
Mitchell Scott Downing.
Jeremiah Tyrone Barnes.
Matthew John Herrera.
Angel Daniel Neri Verdine.
Bailey Rianne Sear.
Scott Allen Mort.
Haley Rise Cunningham.
Joseph Samuel Lawson.
Keely Jane Hill.
Emma Irene Hurley.
Emily Brianna Toland.
Adele Altacriti.
Sky Azul Schultz. Aubrey Renee Ledlow.
Ladies and gentlemen, for our last speaker of the evening, I would like to introduce to you Mr. Evan Dowling, Senior Class President.
Thanks, Mr. Shumway. Good evening to all the faculty, parents, loved ones, and anyone else who happens to be here for coming out to support the graduating class here today. I want to start out by saying I'm extremely honored to be given the opportunity to give a speech. I would like to follow that by saying I struggled a lot putting this speech together. After a while of staring at a blank Word document, I did what anyone in my position would do. I opened another tab, went to Google, and looked up graduation speech ideas. As you guys may be able to guess, Google didn't give me any groundbreaking ideas. Eventually, though, I did see something that caught my eye. It said, "You do not need to be perfect." Throughout our lives, we are constantly comparing ourselves to society and the people around us. The truth is, though, that constantly comparing our weaknesses to someone else's strengths will only make us come up short and create the false idea that we are not as valuable or we do not have as much to offer. Comparing doesn't add any joy or fulfillment to our lives. It just distracts us from fulfilling our destiny with the gifts and talents we have been given. Each one of us is uniquely equipped for our purpose in life. Let us never forget that. And although we may fail on the road to success, we must remember that triumph requires an obstacle to be overcome. None of us have made it here today in our caps and gowns without learning this lesson. Every single person in here is capable of achieving great things, but be prepared, because there's no spark notes for life. It must be experienced on its own without the benefit of knowing exactly how our decisions will ultimately affect the future. David Brooks summed this up perfectly when he said, "Success can lead to the greatest failure, which is arrogance and pride. And failure can lead to the greatest success, which is humility and learning." Cobras, I wish you guys failures that lead to great successes in your life. Thank you. As I bring this ceremony to a close, if I could have the class of 2019 rise and join me in the turning of our tassels, followed by the performing of our class chant one last time. All right, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Parents, you can meet your students, your graduates at gate 3. At gate 3, the same gate that you came in. Students exit to the west.